It is when the crypto market is most volatile that crypto millionaires are made. In this video, we're going to dive down into what has been going on with the volatility most recently and the opportunities that this could lead to. This could make many crypto millionaires in the space. So guys, as we get into it, if you do find this useful and informative, hit that like button. Really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then do go ahead and subscribe. Tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, with all that said, done, and out of the way, let's jump on down into the charts and take a look at what's going on and what could lie ahead here. Okay guys, so obviously the market has been quite volatile. We've seen Bitcoin pull back, which has led to the rest of the altcoins also bleeding out. Now, this is obviously an interesting time to be had. Now, there's obviously lots of people out in the space right now calling a bear market scenario. I don't think we are there just yet, but we are on the cusp of entering a world of bear market scenarios. Okay, and basically a bear market is pretty much where crypto millionaires are actually made. It's really hard to actually become a millionaire during a bull run, specifically if you're getting in later and later in the stages, right? We are in that kind of fifth wave to the upside. There are opportunities here where you can get a good 10x. Maybe you'll find a gem that's about 100x or so, but they are incredibly rare. Okay, but you can of course still get some good multiplications on your investment. But you get serious multiplications of 1,000 plus, when you're actually in the bear market buying at the bottom, right? So this particular chart here is Bitcoin. This is the one that we've dissected down all the different time frames across the different bull runs back from 2013, 17, and obviously the 2021 bull run. Now, obviously what you can see here, this pullback isn't too dissimilar to what we had seen back in 2013. We kind of had this good run to the upside. Then we had this crash before we went parabolic to the upside. This is what a lot of people are actually waiting for. They're waiting for this scenario to occur. And there's obviously lots of different kind of theories out there in the space. I'm data led personally. I try not to kind of, listen to kind of stories or hearsay or rumors and things like that. I just go by what the data is telling me. And historically, the data has been pretty good to see some very good green candles after a significant pullback. Again, you can see just here a significant pullback on this weekly chart for Bitcoin before we had that parabolic run in 2017 like we did in 2013. So right now, we're actually on the potential cusp of the end of this bull run to see a parabolic move for Bitcoin. And as I have said in the last few of my Bitcoin videos, we are expecting Bitcoin to kind of peak either towards the end of December or the beginning or kind of midway through January. And as I said before, the peak here of 2013 was November. The peak here for 2017 was December. It would be very neat if we could actually see this actually peak out in January. It means November, December, January, a good kind of way to kind of analyze time within these bull runs, right? So it's good that we kind of understand what's kind of going on there. Now, what does this mean? It means that potentially, we're going to get that peak and then we're going to get the altcoin run and all that's going to be fantastic. And if you're getting into the space right now, that's not going to make you a millionaire unless you're going to be putting up some serious cash, right? Drop 100K on a project that's got a 10x potential, sure, you'll become a millionaire, right? Obviously, that's higher risk because you're putting a serious amount of cash all into one project that you're trying to find a 10x on. Now, what's more important is actually when we take that Gaussian channel, we put the Gaussian channel on here, you can see these red zones, right? These red zones, as I've highlighted many times before, are the kind of optimized point of value. And what we mean by this is basically this is where you buy up serious portions of cryptocurrency in these particular areas. Okay, this is in the bear market, but it's actually a little bit way down the line, right? We've closed in the Gaussian channel, we're traveling through it. And once we're below the Gaussian channel, we get that red confirmation that we're actually below value. That's where you start dollar cost averaging really, really big positions on some specific altcoins, right? Altcoins that have true utility, good use case, good solid teams, good solid tech, and all that kind of good stuff. And once you kind of get into projects that early, then you're going to see multiplications in your portfolio. Now, I know a lot of people, they often say that Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? These are your safer bet, right? These are the ones that you want to be in. Everything else is considered gambling, right? And this is just absolute BS if I'm being honest with you. This is an investment market, and unless you're throwing money at meme coins that have absolutely zero use case. But if you're actually backing a project that has serious use case, serious tech, serious team, then actually it's no longer gambling. It's actually an educated decision, right? And it's important that you kind of do that research to make sure you are not just throwing money randomly at projects, right? But I see Bitcoin as a good store of value, right? You can see here pretty much from the crash here of March 2020 through to May 2021, before it pulled back from that 65k level, it was 1,600% gains, right? 1,600%. Ethereum for the same time period, what did we have? 5,100%. Okay, let's actually take a look at something a bit different. Well, we have Cardano here. Cardano has moved up very significantly. If we actually just grab this down and put it back into line with the same time frame, it was 13,000%, nearly 3 times that of Ethereum, right? In Cardano, again, they were buying it and basically at the real low value areas in that bear market, and you're riding it up. This isn't even the all-time high for Cardano here. What about VeChain? Well, VeChain in that time period, 18,000%. Okay, so significantly higher returns are being made from these altcoins than from both Bitcoin and Ethereum combined, right? So we have to understand what projects you want to be kind of getting into. These are projects with solid tech, solid teams, and fundamental, fantastic use cases that are going to be adopted in the real world, such as VeChain, right? Widely adopted around the globe. Harmony One, obviously another 18,000% mover, right? We have Zilliqa that performed quite well, 11,000%. 𝗕𝗏𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, right, performed reasonably well. 4,000%, a little bit short of the Ethereum, but it was just a new launch project here, and it had pulled back and has since actually rallied up quite significantly. So if we rise that up to the all-time high, you're talking over 9,000% in gains. Okay, so again, 𝗕𝗏𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 have performed quite well as well. There's a whole host of altcoins, some of the better ones that we could obviously have been invested in. Things like Matic at 42,000%. We have Anchor here at 34,000%, right? My point to this is basically the bear market is where your money is made, right? It's not about the bull run in that kind of sense. It's actually more about making sure that you're proactive in your investment decisions, right? You're not just trying to make quick cash. If you're an investor, you're talking long term, right? You're thinking 5 or so years down the line, right? And long story short, guys, I'm not just going to randomly throw you a load of charts at you to kind of say, look at all the gains that we made. That isn't the point of this video. The point of this video is if you want to become a millionaire with crypto, the bear market is where you want to be. Okay, so if we actually come back up into that Bitcoin scenario, and again, we actually go and take a look at this on Bitstamp because that has the most amount of data for us here. We want a bear market to to kind of come around and about, right? But we also do want those gains. We do want to see portfolios increase, but a bear market is where you're going to build those positions that make you a millionaire in the future, and it could be a multi-millionaire as well, depending on the level of investment that you're willing to put in during a bear market. Okay, so yes, I know a lot of people are quite emotional in the space right now, calling it a bear market, and very frustrated that their coins haven't gone to those high expectations that some already have. Now, the other thing that's really important to understand is that when Bitcoin goes bearish, the altcoins should go bullish, right? They should be pushing up. Alt season should be starting. And what you're actually seeing right now is everything coupled together, everything pulling down. And this basically is indicating that Bitcoin hasn't actually peaked just yet. Okay, this is telling me that we are more than likely going to close outside of the Gaussian channel by the end of the week, and the market is going to turn green. We're going to get that parabolic move that we had seen in 2013, 2017, as I said, data led, and then obviously that's going to take us up to new all-time highs, right? Then Bitcoin will go bearish, and then the altcoins will go parabolic, okay? And basically alt season will come in. Once we actually go into the bear market, it's going to be a lot of denial in the space. There's going to be people thinking it's still going to go on because they got in much later than we are right now, and potentially even later than maybe you'd even consider, right, or think about. But basically, the prices will go up. People will be buying in. FOMO will trigger. Mainstream media will start talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these cryptocurrency assets going to the moon. And then, it'll come back crashing down. Altcoins will go crazy high. Bitcoin Bitcoin, people will be in denial, thinking that it's just a pullback and it's likely to continue going up, only to continue the crashing down. Okay, so it's important that we understand what's going on and what happened previously. You can kind of see it quite nice and neatly here within that 2013. This is a bear market scenario. You can see us pull back, we bounced up, we pull back, we bounce up, we pull back, we bounce up, and we pull back down consistently until we got into that lower value. The same thing happens here back in 2018, right? We can see that we pull back, we bounce, we pull back, we bounce, we pull back. Still denial until we get into that lower value range. Okay, bear market comes, crypto winter. And I can appreciate that many people may have just come into the crypto space around 2021, late 2020, where you just entered the space in a bull run. You haven't actually experienced a bear market at all. You've seen a couple of uncomfortable pullbacks, but nothing in comparison to what a bear market would actually be like, which would be a colossal damage, constant damage to your portfolio. But as an investor, that's actually what you want. You want the prices to come down, and you want to continue to build prices and build up a position in cryptocurrencies whilst the market is actually decreasing and lowering. Dollar cost average your entry point, and then dollar cost average your exit on the way out as well. Okay, you're not looking for single sell points at the top, and you're not looking for single buy points at the bottom either. Okay, there's a lot of things you need to be kind of educated yourselves on when it comes to bear markets and bull runs, right? And these are the things that if you actually start to understand them, they allow you to become a crypto millionaire very, very efficiently. Okay, so in terms of everything that's kind of going on in the space right now, it doesn't phase me because we bought in the bear market, personally, and it doesn't, phase us these kind of minor corrections and things, because you'd have to have a complete collapse of the entire market before it even really negatively affect the portfolio at this point. But I can appreciate that lots of people will get in much later. And for those people, I just say hold tight. Things are going to be moving up, in my opinion. That is all it is, but do your own research into these things. If you want to know more about the bear market, the bull run, the strategies that we implement in a bear market to kind of get us across the line, get us those positions where, where pullbacks like this, the volatility like this doesn't affect us, then join us on Discord. There's a link to that in the description down below. We'd love to have you there. Obviously, we do various chats. We're obviously in Discord quite a bit, so you'll be able to talk to us as well. So do check that out. But ultimately, at the moment, I do expect things to bounce up. Nothing moves in straight lines anyway, and I'm not expecting a bear market. Not yet. Not until we've seen Bitcoin reach these highs. And I'm not just calling out 100K, etc., random numbers. This is data that is leading me to believe that we are still likely to get that parabolic move. And then we'll get the decoupling of Bitcoin from the altcoins, and then the altcoins will go parabolic. We'll get their alt season, and then we slip into the bear market. And the bear market is actually where I want to kind of be, because I like a bear market. I like buying up all of these projects. I like doing the research on these projects, and I like building solid positions in solid projects, solid tech, solid teams for the bull run to come. Okay, there's only two things we actually really need to do in a bull run: is manage the price expectations and, of course, manage your emotions. Do those two things and you should be okay. And in the bear market, if you're also able to implement some of the strategies around the dollar cost averaging and doing decent research on some fantastic projects, then you're going to be a crypto millionaire come the next bull run. That much I am pretty certain. So guys, I am going to leave the video there. If you have found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe? Tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.